I need to make that up.
So, yeah. I'm going to bend over backwards for you on your birthday.
It doesn't matter. I'm having a big one.
You always have a big
It's
birthday.
my 55th.
Okay.
That's a big day, right?
Yeah.
I might make 60. I might not. What hat did you get me for my birthday?
The one that's on your head.
Oh, you got this for me a couple years ago, didn't you?
Yeah. I got you two.
Yeah, I know. The other one's in the bike, too. Mm-hmm. I love this hat.
And yeah, it was very nice. Yeah. It was really nice of me to do that.
Yeah. Dude, Jesus. I fucking painted a picture for you.
I know, that was very
nice.
And
then you fucking, yeah, it's fucking awesome, obviously.
It's on my wall.
It's on the fucking ground right there, you prick.
I was going to die on that hill, too. I was absolutely going to die on the fact that it's on my wall at home. Oh, fuck. Thanks, I appreciate it. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, Kitty, I hope you're recording that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Thank God. God, what an asshole, huh?
I literally was laying in bed the other night and literally thought to myself, all those fucking pictures that Craig has of himself at the house, all over the house.
Of myself?
Just different things.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? Like, you
Rosie's
got really cool shit.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm like, in that fucking picture I hand-painted for you is laying on the fucking ground in the podcast studio behind the table.
I will bring it home. I'll bring it home and put it up, dude. It was supposed to be up here, but I guess it just never made it.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, boy. All right. Good to go?
Mm-hmm. All right. All right.
What's up, guys? Welcome to GHP Podcast, coming at you on a beautiful Sunday, dude. It's fucking gorgeous.
Oh, it's so nice, man.
I love it.
I had to get on my bike.
Yeah, I know. I haven't got on mine in a good couple weeks, dude.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't been very good weather
for
it is riding,
not. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but I needed a hair of the dog this morning. I drank too many fucking beers yesterday.
Nice.
I've been doing so good not drinking, and yesterday I just got a case of the absolute fuck-its.
Yep, it happened.
Yeah. Woke up this morning, I was like, I actually think I drooled in my eye so much that it closed my eye. Like, my eye was glued shut this morning. That's how fucking hard I slept last night, dude. Like
Who
a
were
guppy.
you sleeping with?
But just
end up with your eye glued shut.
Dude, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Shimer back in town.
Yeah, dude. I like, because I think last night was the first time we turned on the heater in the house.
Oh, really?
So I woke up, I was like, and then I at one point I was like, fuck, dude, my eye wouldn't open. I think I literally drooled in my own eye. I was like, I've stayed up till like 12 o'clock last night. I never do
shit.
that. Yeah.
I was in bed by 9. Wait, I didn't even get to watch fights.
You didn't watch the fights?
No,
Oh,
I watched.
Man.
I watched.
You had one assignment.
Half a fight.
Half of one fight?
Yeah, I watched. Well, I watched the women fight. So I watched the girls. Two girls fought,
okay.
right? And then it was two dudes. Bo Nichols.
Yeah.
I got about halfway through not even halfway through. Halfway
out?
through I didn't even pass out. I was just. I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning and went to work yesterday. Yeah. So I was just tired and figured, fuck it. I'll either watch it tonight or watch it. I maybe going to work at the bar tomorrow. So I was going to watch it at the bar, but I'll be working. So I'll probably watch it at work.
Well, it was a big, it was a big weekend for fights, man.
Oh,
Let's
my
talk
God.
about the Mike Tyson fight, dude.
Okay.
God damn it.
I have some serious takeaways from this.
All right.
One of the things that I do appreciate in a big way is the promotion and how good they did with the promotion.
They did.
It was absolutely incredible. Yeah. And hopefully we can see some more stuff like that.
Yeah.
The one thing that kind of really sucks is like what we all didn't want to happen is exactly what happened. Yeah. We saw it with Randy Couture. Was probably the first time that I had that type of disappointment in somebody. No. Randy Couture is an old MMA fighter, Kenny. Mm-hmm. That was probably the first time I ever was like, oh, boy.
Yeah.
And I remember watching him just get the brake speed off of him by somebody, and he couldn't swing right, and this dude is an absolute fucking animal. One of the pivotal parts of UFC, just a true legend, probably really made everybody really, truly understand what wrestling means to brawls, to fights,
Totally, yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And then you watch him get old,
Mm-hmm.
and then you watch him get into these fights.
Mm-hmm.
His reaction time's slower. He's going out with just one punch where you
Yeah.
couldn't knock that guy out to
God.
save your life.
I know.
And then to see that and to just really, truly hate it. You saw it with Chuck Liddell.
Totally.
You know, you saw it. Well, when it happened with Tito Ortiz, it was cool. But most of the time, you don't want to see it. You know
No,
what I
you
mean?
don't.
And
Yeah.
so that's what I didn't want to see. I didn't want to see an old man that obviously was having a hard time even just walking normal.
Totally, dude. Yeah.
You know, come out there and, I mean, you were younger. You were probably in elementary school when Tyson first started to come out, because I was in high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't have the money to buy the fights.
Totally,
And
yeah.
everybody in the neighborhood would go to, and this is in Linwood, so we all would go to an apartment that's essentially the size of this studio,
Right.
and we would all cram around the TV and just hope that we didn't just get together for 5 seconds and that
Yeah.
was it.
Yeah.
But when we all knew that's what was probably
Yeah.
going to happen, and it's usually what did happen, you know, and it was such an integral part of my upbringing that you don't want to see that, what we saw the other
The
night.
legend.
You know, just,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, he's still a legend, period. You can't take
100%.
nothing away from him. Did you see the interview with the little girl?
No. I was
Oh
after
my
the fight.
God. Did you see the interview he did with the little girl?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Insert that here, please.
Okay. We'll find it.
Okay. He does this interview with this little girl that goes like, hey, how do you feel about like your legacy and what's going on with you in your life, and how, like, what is the meaning of your legacy and who you're going to be? And his response essentially is, what legacy? When I'm gone. There's nothing left. I'm just going to the earth. And that is it. Dude,
Yeah.
I mean,
wild,
and it
man.
is literally,
Yeah.
it is literally like an 11 or 12-year-old little girl. Just cute as shit, man. Two little ponytails and these big sparkly glasses and a cute little outfit, talking to this fucking man. And he just is like straight up, no legacy. When I die, I'm dead. I go to the dirt. Who gives a shit?
Wow. Yeah.
It is
That's
good,
crazy, man.
man. It is so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But all that being said, man, it sucks to see all that. It really does.
Yeah,
You-
it really.
you know,
The reality. It's just funny because you're watching everyone. We went to my mom's house to watch it. She has this, like, a brand new 85-inch TV. It was fun, you know. And everyone has this memory of Mike Tyson being the baddest motherfucker on the planet, and he is. You know, he is in his time, right? He is the fucking GOAT. But I knew just from the straight logistics of a 58-year-old man fighting a in his prime 30-year-old man. You know what I mean? With doesn't matter what the skill set difference is or any of that. It's not good. You know what I mean? Like, and I thought if he couldn't do it in the second round, maybe it's fucking over. And it was apparent that after that second round, his legs were gone.
his
He
legs
gassed
were gone.
himself out,
Were gone with the walk down
Yeah.
to the ring. Like they should have had him in the car. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Because when I seen him
Yeah.
walk around the corner and I saw the stiff leg and the knee brace and the whole thing, I really thought about not watching it.
Dude, I had the
You know?
same thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did.
Yeah, I think you saw everyone's face in my mom's house change. Like after you're like, oh no, like
Well, they did.
everyone.
They
you know?
did a fantastic job. Period.
Yeah.
All the way across the
Highest
board.
gate in boxing history. First of all, 160. What they say, 160 million people watching it.
Yep.
It obviously Netflix was crashing all over the place. I don't know if you guys did. You deal with
I
any
didn't
of
have a
that?
problem at all.
I didn't really.
I think they set that up for a subscriber grab.
You think so?
Subscriber grab, yes.
How do you handle 160 million people watching?
They
at the
should
same
have
time?
known.
Well,
And
yeah.
had the infrastructure
Yeah.
to maintain that.
I mean, they were getting it back up and go. Ours only buffered a couple times, so we didn't have a problem.
I think
but
they
I
just
had a
got
bunch
hit.
of friends being like, "Fuck,
I think
dude."
they got hit. I think they just got inundated like
Totally.
they weren't expecting. I don't think there was anything behind it other than
Look how they advertised it, though. I mean, they generated quite a decent
That's true.
amount
no,
of
they
that.
did. They did, but
Postponed it from July.
And also, the Tom
Netflix-
Brady roast was probably comparable.
Yeah,
you
and
know what I mean,
Netflix
and that didn't
didn't-
really freeze.
Netflix didn't do this. Netflix was just a catalyst for what Jake Paul did, and Jake Paul did the whole thing. Jake Paul did Tyson's camps. All the video that you've seen from Tyson, all that stuff,
Yeah.
they knew what they were doing. There was a group of people, if you want to go with conspiracies, There was a group of people involved with Jake Paul, and Jake Paul and that camp made all of that happen. Take these videos of Tyson in there slinging him. Take these pictures of this, and let's do that. So they snippet all this stuff and put it out there.
Right.
Because we didn't see a picture of Tyson walk into the bathroom. We saw a picture of Tyson standing in that ring swinging blows that's like, you're like, holy shit, that's
fuck.
Tyson.
Yeah,
You know what I
totally.
mean?
Yeah.
But that guy didn't show up to the ring at all.
No,
That guy was not there. There was that quick fucking twist, snap, punch, all that shit. Hey, and another thing that I never in my life did I ever think I would ever say.
What?
I got mad love and respect for Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And
I see it, yeah.
For all the people that don't, and they want to talk shit, and they want to say whatever they want to say, Jake Paul could have went in there and murdered him. He didn't.
He chose not to.
He chose not to.
You could see that he laid off the gas hard.
Oh, man.
Hard,
And then in
you know
the
what I
end, when he really could have, like in
could
the
have fucking
last
ended him.
20 seconds, he could have
Totally.
just put it out.
Yeah.
And instead, he stood there and bowed to him.
Yeah. It was
And anybody wants to talk shit about that, go
100
fuck
people.
off.
I mean, 100% you will. You know, it's still the argument is you fought one actual boxer and he lost. You know what I mean? Like one real boxer. He fought Tommy Fury and he fucking lost the decision. You know what I mean? Yes. I mean, the Mike Tyson thing was cool. It was like, if you're going to see it as a way to honor the legend of Mike Tyson, then fine. And it was very apparent that Jake Paul was much faster, probably hits a lot fucking harder than Tyson thought. You know what I mean? Because he tagged him. He rocked his ass a few times.
First fucking second
You know,
in the ring. And I think that Paul backed up immediately at this point.
it was all who?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tyson came in and he got him really good.
got him
and you
good.
seen Tyson stumble back, and you seen his eyes kind of get that fucking fish look, and I was like, "Oh, this is it, man.
Yeah.
this is not going to go well."
And Jake Paul had a great game plan. Basically, tie him up the first 2 rounds, tire him out. Because those are the two, he's going to have all the fucking power in those first 2 rounds. You know, and then the fucking 3, 4, 5 through 8, you know what I mean? He just kind of pressed on the gas. And you know, but it's like, I do respect Jake Paul for at least honoring the thing. You know what I mean? Like,
I respect
you know.
Jake Paul for everything he did.
yeah, I mean, he
made-
made 40 million. Tyson made 20 million.
Yeah.
The Gate made, I think, almost 20 or 100 and
Yeah,
something million, like at the Gate. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking insane. Like,
but like that's amazing.
yeah,
You know, and as much as I've talked shit about him because of how he acts and what he's doing,
yeah,
that guy is making himself what he wants to be.
Right.
And he's putting in the work, he's putting in the time. Like I said, this stuff didn't just happen. There was a big group of people that made all of it happen.
yeah.
And they all made their paychecks off of it. And you got to respect that.
I do. I do
know?
respect it. You know, I just now at this point, like, here's my question: is Jake Paul's made his whole career off being the fucking heel, essentially, right? Does anyone really give a fuck anymore after the Tyson fight? You know what I mean? Like, are you gonna go? Is there a bigger fight than Tyson? Conor McGregor would be probably it.
But are they even near each other in weight class?
I'm sure they could be. I mean, Jake Paul's
know.
not a heavyweight.
Jake Paul's big.
Well, he got really big for this fight, but
Yeah.
he's not a heavyweight. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And fucking Conor was looking pretty thick for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
there's some
just
stuff
can't think of
going on there.
another fight that's bigger than Tyson.
Yeah. We don't
know what I
have
mean?
to think about it. They are.
Oh, I know. Yeah. But still, I just,
You know.
at this point, it's like you wonder if you, and he's not going to ruin his career. The guy has more money than God. You know what I mean? But I just don't are people going to be tired of him just taking these weird fucking fights? You know what I mean? Like,
It doesn't matter.
if he were to
If
just
it's not
fight
the
real
fight,
boxers,
if it's not the fights, it'll be something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll
Yeah.
go. He'll do. I think if he
WWE
does
or
something
whatever.
else, he's doing WWE, bro.
that's Logan. That's his.
No, that's what he's doing.
Oh, yes.
That is
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
what he's
that's
doing.
true,
He's
yeah.
doing WWE. He just doesn't have, some gigantic tyrannical fucking maniac behind him. Totally.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Vince
was,
McMahon.
but I will tell you that the Serrano fight before that, did you see the girls
Hey,
fight?
look, that's one thing I definitely wanted to talk about for sure was not just the Serrano fight, the Barrios.
That was a good fight.
Both, I mean, both
Ramos,
the fights.
Barrios.
Yeah.
That was a good fucking fight.
One of the things that I've kind of been bummed about as I'm, perusing the internet
Mm-hmm.
is how it's just about that and not about the two insane
They
fights
were
before.
great fights, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that the ending of that fight though was
gnarly.
boy.
Yeah, it was gnarly, man.
Yeah.
But that Serrano fight, I was like, she got fucking robbed, dude. You know what I mean? That
Oh,
Katie
yeah.
Taylor. I know you love the Irish. You're
Oh,
always gonna go for 'em.
100%. I'm
Potato
down for that.
eating
I mean, hey,
motherfuckers.
look, you know, you if there was a Greek that ever was worth it in the boxing ring, you'd be rooting for him. But
100%, yeah.
no, he's not.
Yeah.
He's out hijacking trucks or something.
Yeah, he's running a trucking company, dude, with some baklava hanging out of his mouth.
But
Yeah.
no, if there's an Irishman fighting, I'm definitely going to back him up.
100%.
You know,
I mean, Katie Taylor's a bad bitch.
she's gnarly.
Yeah. And that dirty boxing is fucking, that's ruthless, dude. She headbutted that chick so many fucking times, dude. And the fact that they let it rip with her eyelid fucking dangling off her face, I was like, ooh,
that surprised me.
Huh?
Enough blood to showstop? Unbelievable.
It was crazy, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe they let that go.
It was Taylor, right? Was the lady?
Taylor's the Irish chick.
Yeah, the Irish
Serrano.
chick at the end of it, her hair was flat
Yeah.
against her head from all of the blood from her eye.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because she was
Yeah.
headbutting her. the
Oh,
whole
dude.
time.
Yeah. And then
Serrano landed 100 more strikes, and Taylor got a point taken away, and somehow still lost. I was like, that's some dirty. That's what that was like a run reminder
That's
how dirty
boxing.
boxing is, dude.
Yeah.
It was so fucking dirty.
yeah. Yep.
It was insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, good for them, man. It did bum me out. Just to, you know, you have this legend in your head, you know, and you see him and you're like, God damn, everyone ages, you know what I mean? And boomers, watch out because you're going to get it, dude. Fucking roll up on a 30-year-old knows how to fight, dude. You're gonna catch one.
In my head was like, oh, I need to get a sap. I need to get a couple more knives.
Yeah.
You know, I need to get something on me that doesn't entail stabbing them so that I could, you know, just get a nice sap. I know somebody that makes them.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
something to keep in your
Yeah,
pocket, man.
we found out that-
some little
yeah.
extra because
Yep.
that made me go, ooh,
Yeah.
maybe Craig does stand a chance.
Yeah, totally. It really was a lesson that a 60-year-old man is most likely going to get his ass whipped by in his prime 30-year-old man. It's just whether you're Mike Tyson
depending
or not.
on levels or not, because
course,
we've
yeah.
seen some.
Of course.
I've seen some videos of
Oh,
old men boxers.
Yeah.
That there's the one I know you've seen it where the guy's standing out in front of like a building and these like 3 or 4 guys are kind of getting
Oh,
at him,
yeah.
and
This
he's
old
wearing
man.
like an old running suit or something, and he just fucking
Pieces him up.
Oh, it's so pretty.
But that's the difference of someone that knows how to fight and someone that does not. You know what I mean?
well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you,
for
you
sure.
know,
If
that's
you have
what-
two
know.
guys that kind of know how to fight each other, one is 60, the other one is 30.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna.
Well, and I
it could
think
go
about
the
like
other
when
way.
I was younger and I was doing it all the time or dealing with different stuff all the time that I still didn't have to contend with jiu-jitsu.
Right.
You know, I might have to contend with a boxer or you know, a karate guys never really played into it because I had a bunch of them around me. But
Yeah.
nowadays, you just you know, like
some
I
guy
had
just-
2 guys kind of get into it at the bar
Oh, really?
years ago.
Oh, okay.
And they got into it, and it was an older guy and a younger guy, and the younger guy just spider monkeyed him.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah, he even the next day was like, "Man, I had no idea what to do. That dude was stuck to me like a little spider monkey, and I had no idea how to deal with it."
Well, dude, you go to swing, someone ducks and double legs you. It's like, fuck, what are you gonna do? You know? What I mean? You're like, oh no.
How many people double leg you?
Well, it happens.
Not often. Though.
It's hard to get me off balance.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of other ways.
Yeah.
You get over the top of your head and get
If
your head
they
moving.
double leg me and I sprawl, you're in big fucking
big trouble.
Yeah,
Okay, because
yeah.
I'm in the same boat, man.
Yeah.
You,
if I sprawl on you, it's fucking
Yeah,
over. But
yeah,
I
yeah.
also get beat up constantly, dude.
yeah.
I got fucking Fabio, who's one of dude in a million bands. That little motherfucker.
Fabio should come on.
Oh, I know. I'd love to have him on. But yeah, he fucked me up the other day. I was like, this is rude, dude. This is incredibly rude.
I want to see Josh just manhandle you or
Yeah, he
the
could
Rev.
do it, yeah,
Either one.
yeah.
Just manhandle you.
More Rev is scary, but anyway, yeah. I don't know. Just the fights was crazy. It was crazy, dude. It
was good.
you know,
But again, the big takeaway that I hope everybody does get from this is boxing is still dirty. Mm-hmm. And
no matter how much the fucking, no matter how much people.
And there were the 2 fights before the really horrible fight were pretty fucking
Incredible,
good,
yeah.
man.
They were really
you
good
know,
fights.
it's hard to you're taking away from these athletes to put in the time and the work over a couple of athletes that didn't.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then obviously you didn't watch the full UFC last night, but
No, I did
John
not,
Jones,
man.
did you know it? Did you see?
I haven't seen nothing. If you want to tell me, you can tell me.
Yeah.
You know.
John Jones pieced Stipe up, picked him apart, fucking ended him with a spinning back kick to the ribs, just fucking collapsed him. Third round, fucking just pieced him up the whole entire time, took him to the ground, mauled him. It's unfucking real, dude.
How good he is.
It's unfucking real how good he is, dude.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, you know what I mean? And he got up and he did the Trump dance in front of Trump, dude. And I was thinking about this today. I posted last night. I was like, how wild is it that if you win an MMA match at UFC, you get to meet the fucking president?
Yeah.
It's insane. Because everyone is just going down there shaking his hand. RFK was there. Tulsi Gabbard was there. There's like all the fucking, all the fucking Trump cabinet was there essentially. But, John Jones just spinning back kick straight to the fucking ribs, keels him over. One maybe hammer fist, fight's fucking over. Stipe's retired. He's done.
Yeah, he's retired.
Yeah. And John Jones is like, I might do this again. So now everyone's talking about who the fuck it's going to be, It should be Aspinall, but.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
But they're talking about him versus Pereira.
Okay.
Alex Pereira.
Was John Jones talking about not fighting after Stipe?
Yeah, he didn't know. He's like, I'm kind of at the end of my career, man. Like, I don't. I'm not worried about it. And then he pieced up. Stipe Miocic is such a gnarly motherfucker.
Yeah.
Dude. But he looked really slow. Obviously he'd been off for years. He hadn't had a fight, and it did kind of remind me of the Tyson thing. It's like that ring rust is real, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And not that I've ever experienced it or anything, but I've been watching fights long enough now where you can tell it's like someone's not moving right,
Yeah.
But yeah, just the way John Jones literally tripped him in the first round so fucking beautifully that Stipe hit the ground and did a full 360. Like, it was unreal, dude. Like,
well, that's what everybody that trains with him or around him says, that you can't. It's
just it's impossible.
Yeah, he goes, he's insane.
And he's been training with jiu-jitsu with Gordon Ryan lately, I guess. Like this whole camp. You're like, okay, come on, dude. It's insane. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, it was just, it was a fucking masterclass.
Yeah.
And
I want to hear Gordon Ryan's opinion on him.
He's posted some stuff. It's
okay.
He's like, it's unreal.
Yeah. That's everybody has said that he's just this insane natural athlete.
Yeah, Gordon Ryan was like, I will show him like a technique or a move or something. By the end of the class, he has made a whole entire system on how to use this move in multiple ways, incorporating it into MMA.
Wow.
I only think about jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? Like just this, I'll show him a technique or something. And this motherfucker, by the end of the class, built a whole system how to use it in an MMA fight. I've never seen anyone catch on and apply that fast. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
I hope they stick. Not only does he stick around, but he quits, and I think he is. But like they actually get him to fight because he has screwed himself out of years of fights.
Who?
John Jones.
Well, yeah.
Years, dude. Some of his like premium chances. He was running from the cops or doing different dumb stuff as a kid. But to know that like who was it that he fought where he went and partied all night, like got all coked up.
I can't remember. Was it Cormier? I don't know.
It might have been who came and beat him.
Yeah, just whipped his ass.
Yeah, out all night, all coked up.
Fucking
came and fought, whipped his ass.
That's insane, dude.
Because he didn't believe in himself. Is essentially what he said. Is like,
I
was just looking so I had an excuse.
Yeah, but the fact that he took those years off and bulked up and became a heavyweight. You know what I mean? Like, and his speed is not any fucking slower. Obviously, he's gained more power.
Fight IQ is insane.
Fight IQ is fucking insane. It's just like, it's unfucking. You can't argue that he's not the GOAT anymore.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it.
But now it's like, who's he going to fight next? He basically said in the ring, like, I might do this a couple more times. You know what I mean? And everyone's like, yeah. But Aspinall deserves a shot, dude. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It was, Stipe is a bad motherfucker, and, it just, humble winner, humble loser, you know what I mean? Like, he fucking got me, dude. He got me in the ribs so hard.
Did he say that?
Yeah, basically. He's like, he fucking got me, man. And you're like, God damn it. But I think he basically threw in the towel. He's like, I'm done.
I'm good.
Good for him. But and all the Chandler fight was insane. Chandler versus Oliveira. Oliveira is a fucking monster, dude.
Yeah.
Oliveira mauled Chandler for 5 rounds. Fucking mauled him, dude.
Yeah.
It was unreal. All the fights were good, but it's been a wild weekend for fights, dude.
How did Bo Nichols do?
Did great. He got the decision.
Okay, all right.
Right. It wasn't the most exciting shit, but
yeah,
he didn't do any wrestling. It was all pretty much all striking. But
really?
Yeah, he got the decision on it. So
yeah.
Well,
that's good to know.
Yeah. He's a talented kid, man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, it's been a wild weekend for fights, man. I'm enjoying it. It's also been a wild week otherwise.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Some of these, and the picks that are going on and the way he's doing
The
things.
Trump cabinet picks,
my
dude.
goodness!
Yeah, we should
dude.
go over some of these.
It is
Let me see.
just.
Let me look it up. It's
Yeah,
I know a handful of them, but let's see.
It's everywhere. It is just such a it's crazy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows though? Like, at least he's not just trying to hide everything behind, you should be able to wear a dress to school.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's not even about any of that anymore. It's about like, okay, it's just talking about what's going to happen with these different things.
right.
Not agreeing with either way as far as like what he's saying or what they're saying, but the fact that it's not this crazy. Although I listened to somebody else again today talk about how RFK is some lunatic, anti-vaxxer, worm brain. Like,
It's all,
it's
dude.
just
It's all
so
over
crazy.
the place. So let's go through some of the list here. Chief of Staff, White House Chief of Staff is Susie Wiles. I think is that chick that's she's like famous for shooting her dog or something like that. I don't know much about her. Marco Rubio, Secretary of State. I'm not a huge fan of him. Matt Gaetz, I don't like at all. Matt Gaetz
Rubio, I was kind of surprised
that he picked. Yeah.
Yeah, because they've had problems in the past and they've talked a lot of shit. So
Yeah.
So
you got Marco Rubio, you got Matt Gaetz, which I don't know much about that guy, but his face is like the exact face that you'd like to punch.
he had an
accusation about fucking a 17-year-old. It never came out to anything. I don't know if it's true. You have to be doing some weird shit to be
a lot
even
of people
accused,
don't like the guy.
I don't really like him either. It's not
Republicans and Democrats. A lot of Republicans don't care for him either.
my favorite.
Which might be a good thing.
Yeah.
He's gonna. I mean, I think part of what is going on is that Trump just wants people that he knows are going to stick with him and stick by him and do what he says.
Yeah, which I mean could be. I don't know. You could spin that both ways. Is he trying to set up a dictatorship? You hear all the other things. It's like, oh, he's fucking just picking everyone that's going to kiss his ass. And I'm like, what do you think the fucking Democrats do?
Well, and
they pick everyone that's going to kiss their ass
but
too.
I don't
think
that Kennedy, Tulsi, Vivek, Elon. I don't think those guys are going to kiss their ass.
I don't think so either.
I think they're going to have conversations
you never know,
with them.
Yeah. So we got, like I said, Matt Gaetz. I'm not a huge fan of. Who knows if he has to get approved, and it doesn't look like he will. But you got Todd Blanchard, Attorney General. I don't know anything about him. Obviously, Robert Kennedy is coming in, and if you see just from what he's said already and how bad all the pharmaceutical stocks are doing already, he came in and fucking said some shit. And as soon as he got announced as the health secretary or whatever, every pharmaceutical company fucking stock started tanking, dude. Wow. Yeah, he's scaring the shit out of him. Kellogg is already thinking about like getting all that nasty shit out of their products already because they know it's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Well, you can try and eat healthy in the United States, like really make a good effort and try and still can't do anything because of the stuff that's in all the food that they give us. And it's not the food they give us; it's the food that we pick and we go get. But you're not going to read the back of every box. You're going to get what you're going to get, and you don't have. You're just not. Especially if you're trying to feed a family of 5 off of a card,
an EBT
card, and a part-time job at McDonald's that doesn't pay you enough. You're going to go in there and buy whatever you could afford to buy to feed your family.
100%.
60% of the kids in the United States right now couldn't pass the physical to get into the military.
Right.
That's insane.
Yeah, and it's not only that. It's an active fucking choice for them to put the more poisonous shit in our food because it's a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, and they don't do it
the U.S.
anywhere
government and this fucking FDA and the CD and all of those entities are completely intertwined together, and it is a fucking mess, right? And so Robert Kennedy is already scaring the fuck out of him, which is incredible.
That's what we need.
That's what we need, right?
And it's one. I always have such conflict with all of this because I've just been anti-Trump for so long.
I know, yeah.
But the people, what we need to do is get back to business in the United States and get away from all of the other stuff that's so part of the problem with higher education or education period, with our food, with our drugs, with our health care. There's so many different things with our infrastructure, with creating work for people that live in communities where there's no work at all. Taking care of like the floods in Helen and all that stuff that happened there, the fires that happened in Hawaii that they still haven't, like there's still nothing's gone on. They're just kind of waiting, I think, for it to blow over so rich people can buy up the property and then turning it into their personal resorts. Or the fires that we've had here. Like, we need to take care of this stuff and not worry about giving it to everybody else.
100%.
And the people seem, a lot of the people that he's talking about seem to be more, although, Rubio's a little bit of a warmonger.
I just think, the Robert Kennedy and Tulsi are the most important for me. I mean, Elon Musk is a wild card for sure, but I mean, I actually had the thought today. It was cracking me up. I was like, dude, what? Robert Kennedy gets into his position, right? He walks in the White House and fucking sees Trump just wolfing Big Macs down. You know what I mean? It's like, does Robert Kennedy just smack? Is he just start smacking fucking sandwiches out of Trump's hand and shit? I think that's the only way he's gonna lose his job. He just comes in fucking whack. Fucking rips the bowl of cereal off of Trump's fucking desk.
Perfect.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What kind of cereal is that?
Totally, dude. But yeah, he's scaring the shit out of people, which is awesome. Like, and the right people. He's scaring the shit out of the pharmaceutical companies. He's scaring the shit out of the fucking health agencies. The one pick that he did that is incredible to me is the where is he?
Is that the border guy?
No, Tom Homan or whatever the borders are.
That dude. Wow.
We should get ChatGPT to generate a video of RFK slapping a Big Mac out of Trump's hand.
Totally, dude. Oh, where is the farm guy? What's his name? Homeland Security. Interior Secretary. God damn it.
What farm guy for?
He's going to be in charge of
agriculture?
Agriculture, yeah. Where the fuck is it?
He's the one that's been a sustainable farmer, rancher.
Regenerative farmer, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Why don't I see it on here? Am I nuts? Anyway, the guy he picked as the head of basically agriculture is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
He's regenerative farmer, understands that our soil's depleted, understands that we cannot survive fucking these mega farms only producing soybeans for export. You know what I mean? Like, one of the choices for that is incredible, and that guy is a bad motherfucker. I wish I could remember his name now, but
wonder if RFK had anything to do with that one.
Probably. I mean, I mean, he's concerned about it too. The soil thing I actually heard was, this guy named Sad Guru. Have you ever heard him?
Yeah,
he was on Theo Vaughn a while ago. He's a total like a fucking Indian, fucking guru dude. But he has this whole entire campaign about saving the soil, and he said that the whole entire world's soil is about 10, 15 crops away from being completely fucking depleted of every amount of nutrients on Earth.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's an unreal thing. Like, just because of the way the monocrop agriculture is set up, he was like, we have maybe 10, 15 more crops especially in America. It's like one of the worst in America, just because how they till the land and how they do all the things. There's no nutrients in the soil, which means even the veggies that they're producing, anything that grows out of that soil has almost no fucking nutrients in it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And that was his big thing, is like a soil thing. But this farmer dude that he picked is a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
And
we need it.
We do. We need it. And then also there's Tulsi Gabbard, which is, I mean, just to put her as the director of intelligence is so wild. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I'm
really
very
is.
excited for that.
Well, it'd be nice to have somebody in there that, as far as we know, unless she's been deep undercover,
Right.
to have somebody in there that's not just another continuance of the same, we're going to take the guy that's been running the CIA and now put him in charge of everybody else, or the FBI, or some other,
No, totally.
to bring somebody in there that doesn't really have anything to do with it other than her military experience, which I'm sure she's dealt with the CIA a bunch, but to have her come in there and be in charge of all of it, man, is very, very fascinating to see how that's going to go.
Yeah, and I just wonder, it's like with all this stuff going on, right? Like, I know we're sounding like we're sucking Trump's dick, but his cabinet is the wild card to me. And I've been thinking about why I am like so excited by the options that he's picking. You know what I mean? And it's because I have always felt in my life that the only way to redo this government is to tear it down to its fucking bare essentials. Right? We have to. You have to go through. Unless you're going to have a violent revolution, you know what I mean? Which I don't want. This is the way to tear this fucking place down to the bare essentials of how this government runs, right? Whether it's getting people out that are inept or whatever. Now, whether
strip mining,
strip mining it.
I got the new T-shirt for the podcast.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
The American, the Trump when he comes up and he goes fight, fight,
Yeah.
and then put Obama's hope and change around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. ChatGPT.
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
Noted.
Yeah. 'Cause we get that done. I'll put it on
There
shirts.
you go.
I'll put it on shirts.
Yeah,
No,
but,
I'll put it on
like-
shirts. Because here's what I was thinking.
Well, let me finish
sorry,
my
go
thought
ahead,
here, because I've been thinking about this a long time. Just why? As much as I don't like fucking Trump, I think he's a megalomaniac. I think he's just like a person I don't like. You know what I mean? You have to rip this place down to its core, and whether it takes a dude that we don't like to do it or not, it has to fucking be done. Right now, does he understand that? Does he understand that he's being the bad guy on purpose? Does he have a grand plan? I don't know. You know what I mean? But I thought about this for a long time because as a boss, right? When I became a foreman, I'm just putting this in simple terms that I could understand. When I became a foreman, I was unsure of the job. I didn't know how to do the job, right? I was just surviving on the suggestions of the people above me and around me on how to fucking run these $50 million jobs, right? I spent like a year or two fucking just trying to get my feet under me, right? And then eventually I started realizing like, oh, this guy's a fucking moron. I got to get rid of this guy. I can't, he's actually fucking me all day. Or this guy I can't listen to this guy. Or what, you know what I mean? I started to try to figure out my way to fucking run a job successfully by bringing in the people that I trusted, by using the guys that I knew were valuable to me. And a part of me feels like, and this is my hope. I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but my hope is that the first term of Trump was him realizing he got in this fucking job and was like, whew, this is complicated. This is not a fucking handshake deal with someone.
Yeah.
Every decision I make affects something else in a major way. And my hope is that his first term, which, you can argue that it was fucking horrendous for some rights and shit like that. The people weren't doing bad. We weren't doing that bad, right? My hope for this next term is that now he truly understands the fucking job and really wants to do well.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's what my hope is.
Yeah.
Now, is it going to happen? I don't fucking know. But I've been thinking about it for a while. I was like, why am I so excited? Just not for Trump, but just to fucking shake this place up to its core. You know what I mean? And it's because I'm a punk and I know that this government has never given a fuck about us, and we have to get it to a point to where it means something again.
Yeah.
Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe I'm fucking wrong. Maybe he brings in all these people and fucking fucks it up. I don't know. But
Look, hope and change.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And I literally this morning was thinking about exactly that. Like thinking about like listening to who his picks are, about his picks, looking and reading into the different things that are going on and checking all this stuff out and like seeing like, oh, these people are real.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want Vivek as president, but he said some stuff about building up workforce again in the United States was what he was running on. Is like we need to build up
he's also
industry
a super
again.
anti-union guy. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
I know, but
can we give me a beer? Sorry, one of those hazies.
Yeah, anybody that's in that position, there's not a whole lot of them that are going to be super union.
No, you know, and that's the thing. It's like I'm a union fucking operator. Hey, one of these, Kenny. Oh, that'll work. That's fine. Yeah. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, part of me is like, God damn, dude, are we shooting ourselves in the foot? Is his version of building up infrastructure allowing companies to pay employees whatever the fuck they want and get away with it, just on the fucking guise of we're bringing jobs back to America?
So, but if they bring a bunch of jobs back and that stuff starts happening again, hopefully that makes the workforce appreciate unions and start fighting for their rights again.
Hopefully,
because the guys around us, as you know, most of them have no idea what the union's doing.
Right.
They're just looking at, I need to go to this job that's union because I get to get paid more.
Right.
And I get these benefits. But they don't actually understand what has happened through history through the unions that have created this workforce.
Sure. Yeah.
And they're quick to just kind of go,
Yeah. Yes. A lot of them are,
I deal with it at work where I got to explain
uneducated.
stuff to guys I'm working with. Like, this is why you do this. This is because if you don't do it this way, then they can go, well, if he can do the job and he's in this position, why am I paying you that much more money when I could just pay him to do what you're just training him to do?
Yeah.
Like, you can't, you got to be cognizant of that stuff. And I don't think a lot of people, the
No,
younger
they're not.
generation aren't doing it. So maybe if somebody comes in and starts going, no, we'll pay you. No, we're not going to pay you. We're going to pay that guy half what we would pay you.
People are going to go, no fucking way, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's right. I mean, there's a lot of negatives with him being in office, but man, like when I think about the few people that I think that can make a real difference, if he gets fucking 20% of what he said he was going to do done, this country just shifted in a major fucking way.
Yeah,
I
I
hope
agree.
for the best. You know what I mean? Like, I hope for the fucking best.
I don't know how. I mean, it can't get much worse. You know what I mean? It really can't.
Yeah.
When the education system isn't worried about teaching and it's worried about gender, like it's not, shouldn't even be, it should be like, no, that's not part of this. Let's focus on what we're here for. Get you these classes that are realistic, get you through this stuff, get you trained, get this going, get that going, and not worry about all the peripheral, which has things kind of screwed up.
Totally.
So, like, if we can just get on track to just building stuff back up, and I think that's how we ended up with Trump in office. I mean, if you look at the California in 2020 and California in 2024,
it's insane.
Like, man,
whole entire blue counties are like, nah, we're done.
Yeah. and the way Gavin Newsom's going, that's going to keep happening.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, we have all of these people in California that are losing jobs and losing work
and leaving
because they can't work here. They can't get jobs here. Yeah. There's no work
even if you can't afford to live here. You know what I mean? Like, you just can't afford it. It's
if you work out on the oil rigs, or you work in the fields, or you work out doing this stuff, you can afford to live here.
Not well.
You know, they make good money.
Yeah.
You can.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But all those jobs are gone.
They're getting
and now what, in 2030 we have to, which is right around the corner, they're not selling any more combustion engines, and we don't have infrastructure to
charge them.
We don't have infrastructure to charge them. Totally. We don't have infrastructure for other options. Like, make it so that there's bike paths. Make it so that there's train. Like, my daughter and son live in Lompoc. There's a train that goes from Lompoc. There's a park and ride and a train that goes from Lompoc to right by their work. It's pretty damn expensive to do every day.
I bet. Yeah.
It's $100 to go from Lompoc to Ventura.
Really?
Round trip.
Oh,
but it's like $120 round trip.
That's
for
on
one
Amtrak
person
or whatever.
Yeah. What if that was subsidized by the government?
Sure.
And it was $20.
Yeah.
Or you could buy a pass for $1,000.
Right.
That was, once you buy the pass, you could ride the Surfliner unlimited.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that would, all of that stuff would create something to where, okay, this is feasible. If there was a way for me to get from my house to my work without using a car, that was legitimate, easy to do, I'd be all over it.
Yeah. Then fine with electric cars and no more combustible engines. Yeah, for sure.
Just make it so that we have other options.
Yeah, I don't know. It's such a fucking, it's this government, the state especially, is the definition of putting the cart before the horse. Every fucking time they're like, we're going to do this, and you're like, have you guys thought about any of the steps to get it done? They're like, no,
because they don't.
We just said we're going to do it, so we'll figure it out. And you're like, no. What about the high speed rail that's up there in fucking nowhere to nowhere that hasn't been made? It's billions of dollars on this high speed rail that has no process, no progress, no fucking nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now they are starting the high speed rail from Barstow to Vegas. That's that
Barstow to Vegas?
I'm sorry. It's starting the high speed rail, just the first section. My old company I worked for just got the bid, $1 billion, $1 billion. They're going to start constructing high speed rail from Rancho Cucamonga The first stop is going to be Barstow, and then they're continuing on to build it all the way to Vegas. High-speed rail. First section is $1 billion. That's from there to there. Yeah. They're going to be working 24-hour shifts. The company that I used to work for is going to have to hire 800 employees. 800 employees. It's going to be the biggest boom.
Who'd you work for?
Security Paving.
Security Paving.
Yeah.
You put that out there.
Well, they're going to need to hire 800 employees.
It's quite a pull.
That's double the size of the company. You know what I mean? Like,
wow.
It's fucking unreal amounts of money. You know what I mean? So there are things like that make sense. And I think Richard Branson is the one that fucking bought that. And he's the one funding it because there's another company starting in Vegas and working their way to California.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So they want to have that $1 billion project done in like just that one section in like a couple of years. Wow. They're going to it's going to be 24-hour fucking shifts. And the rail's going to run.
Have to be 24. They're going to have to be 12-hour shifts in the summertime.
Yeah, they're going to be offering people money to live out there. Like if you go in a trailer and you take it out, they're going to pay your rent essentially. It's not the company. I don't know how it's going to work. These are all things that I've heard. I don't until it rolls. But what I'm saying is there's a shitload of work, right? There's opportunity to go to work here, but and those things to get the things going. Where Richard Branson is a private the guy Virgin Mobile guy, the Virgin guy. He's the one that bought it, and he's the one moving, right? Which is with the state of California, this high-speed rail that starts in the middle of fucking nowhere up north, and it has gone 0 fucking places.
Yeah,
and they've spent probably $10 billion on it. Hasn't moved into fucking inch, right?
Bureaucracy.
So, yeah, because of government bureaucracy.
That's
Cart
it.
before the fucking horse every time. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see. It's weird, man. I'm like weirdly excited and hopeful that it doesn't go as south as I've been told it's going to go. You know what I mean?
How about the Boring Company?
Yeah, the Boring Company is pretty incredible. You know.
Yeah, but the direction. Like I just looked up where the progress was on their YouTube. There really isn't much progress.
Yeah, I
can tell.
It's. I've seen some tunneling shit, like for the metro lines and shit.
Was compromised.
What's that?
They have concrete. They tried to go with a new design in concrete where they inserted fibers to strengthen it.
Yeah,
and
that
it totally
happens.
failed. The experiment on concrete failed, so that was a setback.
Keep trying.
Yeah, they'll get
keep
it right.
trying.
I mean, I've seen them, doing freeways and shit. They use all sorts of different kinds of shit, and some of it does have fiber in it, and it cures fast, and there's a whole fucking, that's engineering, man. Like to bore tunnels under the fucking cities is nuts. You know what I mean? It is. And obviously Elon has 1 million other things going on at the same time, right? So who fucking knows? But it's gonna be weird, man. And then also we just found out again from the Congress hearing about aliens. Oh, which man, I don't. Did you watch any of that shit?
Very briefly, yes.
Dude. I watched the whole entire congressional hearing.
Oh no shit!
2.5, 3 hours of it, dude. Wow. It was fucking wild.
See,
it was wild.
I really am bummed because I think you told me yesterday or today that, and because you told me that I wanted to listen to it and had an opinion more so. Although I do, I think there's aliens. I don't.
Oh well, I mean, basically, what it was is this is the second hearing, right? So the first one was the David Fravor, all those guys that came out, the Tic Tac video. You know what I mean? Those videos that got released in the New York Times and shit. It was those guys that were in the first hearing, right? And you got to hear basically that the government admitted that they know about UFOs and they're fucking pretty sure they're around there. This hearing was wild. It was. And I'm going to fuck up. I don't know any of these guys' names, but all of these guys are high-ranking generals that work for the military in these secret programs, right? The big takeaway is that they finally released that there is a top secret fucking cabal, a government program called Immaculate Conception.
Holy fucking shit! I've heard of this.
Yes, Immaculate. Hold on, what is it?
What the fuck?
Immaculate UFO program. Immaculate. What is it? Oh, Immaculate Constellation. Okay, so there's a UFO program that they basically.
What a great name!
I know, it's amazing, but all these guys that spoke were allowed to say certain things and not say certain things, right? They all signed NDAs, but what they basically said is that absolutely the government has biologics, they have materials, they are trying to reverse engineer shit. The biggest takeaway for me is that they admitted that these things are coming from the ocean. These fucking ships are coming out of they are transmedium ships. Some of them are as big as football fields. Some of them are fucking tiny. There's all sorts of different types. They don't know. They even alluded to the fact that it's possible that they are mechanical and maybe living creatures. You know what I mean? Like they don't know is what they, they're not sure. But there's a story that not in the hearing, but the same guy was on Rogan. He told that there was a ship in the ocean, like a battleship or something, and something as big as a fucking oil derrick passed them under the water. And they don't know what the fuck it was. You know what I mean? And it was moving at a speed at which they could not fucking play with. Right? So these things are coming in and out of the ocean. So they couldn't really speak on where it was happening or whatever. They admitted to the fact that they are these entities and these things are constantly surveilling military sites, nuclear sites. They're actively fucking with them, right? Like all the time. They're, it was fucking mind blowing, dude. And everyone in the country is like, but wait a minute, you know what I mean? Like no one gave a shit. Like I mean, it's on the news.
And let me head into conspiracy land with you. I have to.
Yeah.
At this point, you kind of have to. Had this happened 30 years ago.
Oh, it would have been insane.
Everybody, that's all any of us would be talking about, period.
What
all
part?
of us.
What part?
Just the whole thing.
The whole release.
The whole release. Everybody would have been pinned to their TV watching that.
How about Battle of Los Angeles and Santa Monica? 1947, 45.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about. I am talking about.
Just the
what I'm
announcement
referring to
of
is
aliens.
when Watergate got announced.
Right.
When Watergate got announced, everybody in the United States and most of the world were pinned to their TVs.
Right.
We have something that is just insane that was just sat down and talked about with people that are high-ranking military generals, people that are genius scientists, all these different people that are going in there and talking about this is what's going on. Tyson got wobbled.
I know. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Paul's fighting a 58-year-old man.
Look,
yeah.
and I'm using this example because it is an example, but it's Tyson got wobbled. I'm not going to be able to get an abortion. I'm worried about what my children are going to deal with because of this, and this.
Right.
I'm worried about this, and this.
Good point.
That's
master distraction.
that is
However,
it.
Totally.
If a Battle of Los Angeles occurred again now during social media, it would be on the scale of above Miami incident.
Sure. Yeah, which the Miami incident is coming out to be almost fucking pretty much true.
Which one's the Miami?
Where those there was like 3 entities that walked through the mall. And there's
okay,
kid
I
that
need
has
you
footage
guys
of it.
both
Yeah.
to send me shit. Because
So you're
that
not
was
familiar with
wild.
the Battle of Los
Not
Angeles?
at all.
Okay, the
No.
Battle of Los
Just
Angeles
so you
brought
guys-
a UFO over our coast, and we fired artillery at it. It was a big fucking event, and all their artillery was deflected. They had no explanation for what
Okay,
happened.
I need you guys. We'll do this. Let's
Yeah,
do this.
it's all-
Let's do this again soon. But I need this information.
Yeah.
The problem I have is I've always had to deal with whatever's going on in my life at such an extent that I couldn't. Like this is a deep thing.
This is gnarly.
This
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
this is something you got to get into. So I can
Yeah.
only superficially do it. I don't have enough time or had
gotcha.
enough time in my
You
life
have some
to.
information to absorb.
Yeah, I have no problem
Okay.
going after stuff. My problem is I'm usually trying to figure out, okay, where am I going to live? How am I going to take care of these
Yeah.
people in
Well,
my
that's most
family?
people,
Like,
right?
like real
Yeah.
life shit,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and it's constant, dude. I get sitting at home last night and somebody's talking to me about somebody else, and I'm sitting there listening to it, and my head is going 9,000 miles a minute on how am I going to help this and solve this? And it's not little, it's big. And it's like that like I don't.
And then you're all, and I'm sorry, and there's aliens underwater? Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Dude.
And
Cool. Cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
totally get it.
And
you
the
know?
Russians
Yeah.
got nukes,
Yeah.
and I got to worry about my granddaughter deciding to be my grandson. And
Sure.
Not
All the
that I
other
give a shit, but it's like all these different things that we get inundated with.
Yeah.
It's really, really difficult.
Yeah.
But that being said, I also have always thought and will always believe that there's aliens.
Oh, 100%.
I don't know, like, we've been around here for how long? And how long have we been pretty scientifically advanced?
Mm-hmm.
And we still find stuff, brand new things in the ocean, brand new things in the jungle, brand new things in the desert. You know what I mean? New viruses constantly.
Totally. Yeah.
you know, so
yeah, one of the biggest.
I'm a believer
because I'm a nuts and bolts guy, kind of a little bit. You know what I mean? And one of the cooler things that this guy explained, he said, "Listen, let me break this down into a way you can understand it." He's all, our fastest, most maneuverable plane can pull up to maybe 17 Gs, and that's the F-17.
Jesus.
He's all, it's an older model, but it can. He's all, the human body though can only withstand 9, and then you are going to red out. You're dying. You're going to be dying. He's all, at like 10, 14, the plane itself will be flying apart, right? The G forces. He's all, these vehicles move in excess of thousands of Gs, thousands, multiple thousands of Gs. He's all, it is so far beyond anything we can even wrap our fucking heads around.
All right.
That is it. You know what I mean? Excess of thousands of Gs.
You guys want to do a podcast later on this week?
About
Okay.
aliens?
Yeah, let's do this.
Please.
Yeah, let's do that for sure. Let's do that
Schedule.
because
Yeah.
there's too much going on.
No,
there.
but like I said, the
I'll get
takeaway
the
is
bullet
that
points.
you had top officials in the government admitting to programs that they are hiding, they are trying to re-engineer, they're doing the things, and the biggest takeaway was that they are actively in the ocean, coming out of the ocean. They are over military sites. One of the craziest things at the very fucking end, which I don't think anyone caught, was the last general that it was all these series of congressmen that were asked. They had 5 minutes to ask questions, right? So the last one, he goes, here's the thing. It's very possible that he alluded to this, and I've heard this theory many times. He said, it's very possible that these things are interdimensional. They also could have been here the whole time we've been here.
Yeah.
Right? And it's very possible that they are us, and they are checking our progress from the future. You know, and is what this fucking high-ranking general said. He said it's very possible that these beings are machine-learned beings or possibly AI.
Wednesday night.
You know what I mean?
Wednesday night.
Yeah, sure, if you want. Yeah,
Yeah, I think Wednesday night could give me time to kind of get through some of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was unreal. It was a really cool. I mean, if you could sit through it all, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
I'll sit through it all. I'll
it was
listen to
fascinating,
it.
dude.
I'm into this.
Yeah,
but
it
I
was
don't
fascinating.
like Dick. I want to hear this shit. So
but you also didn't get what you wanted either. You didn't get any proof. You didn't get, like, they said that they have thousands of hundreds upon thousands of high-res video and photos of these things.
Yeah, let's talk about this on Wednesday.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Anyway.
We are the time
We'll do a
travelers.
special release on it. We'll just
Sure,
sit there
that's
and have a
fine.
good time.
Yeah.
Maybe
Kenny-
we're the travelers.
jumping
Yeah.
out of his seat, dude.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're the time travelers.
It was fascinating, dude.
Yeah.
I fucking alien, you know, so all the shit going on in the world, it's like, and on top of that, guess what? There's all the fucking secret alien bases you've heard of in the water. You know, it's probably
And
fucking
the
true.
fact that,
You know what I mean?
Again, that nobody's.
Appointment.
This is not front page news.
Not at all.
Not even talked about. Not
Barely
front
made
page.
headlines.
That is
because the media
incredible.
Barely
is
fucking made headlines.
controlled for
Yeah.
sure. Mainstream's going to
It's done, dude.
not. I mean, that's going to be a progressive rollout, if anything, and still controlled narrative.
Yeah.
I
You
was
can't
trying to
just-
find some different stuff earlier today on YouTube. Just trying to find some different.
I'll send you, when I see a
perspectives.
video pop up, I'll make sure and send it to you.
Well, no, and I'll look at it. I'll find it. But
Yeah.
also look what you're talking about is I was trying to find some different stuff on YouTube because I don't really actually it didn't matter where I would have looked for it. You have to go to either X or you have to go like dig deep into different stuff. But everything that I could see on the cabinets that were getting picked were ABC, NBC, CBS.
Sure, yeah.
You know, the Sanford, like all these different
Mainstream.
specific, even what's considered not mainstream,
Right.
But they are
Sponsored.
obviously controlled and dictated,
Sponsored.
or they have a certain agenda that they run.
Right.
You know, the Bobby Kennedy fucking worm
brain,
brain crazy anti-vaxxer, not anti-vaxxer, doesn't, you know, it's
Yeah.
anti.
And none of that matters because when he gets in and starts fucking changing things, you're
Yeah.
like, okay,
But
well,
the-
fuck.
the
One
point is
brain's-
like, try
one
to-
brain knows what he's doing apparently.
Try to find something, you know, that doesn't go with that narrative, and that's what everybody's listening to.
Right.
You know, the guy's done many. Anyways, it has
Yeah.
nothing to do with that specific. It has to do with more the fact that here we are, have major generals not political figures, although I'm sure the military would say they're political figures,
yeah.
but saying they're in the ocean. They might be interdimensional. They might be from the future. We don't know. And these guys they're not eating mushrooms.
No.
They're not doing ayahuasca.
No.
They're probably sipping a whiskey and smoking a cigar at the end of the night.
Yeah.
But they're not,
Yeah.
getting high, sitting around with their friends
Right.
going, hey, man, what about aliens?
Yeah, Immaculate Constellation was the biggest takeaway. There's a whole report there, a 12-page report they wrote on that entity, which is a classified or previously classified fucking group of individuals. They didn't release any names, who's on it, blah, blah, blah. But, it's basically, a lot of it was just them saying, look, this shit is being blocked by a group of people that we don't know who they are. There's government oversight that's happening. There's no government oversight whatsoever. These groups are making decisions. They're actively blocking shit to come out. They're fighting this to come out. And the last thing I'm going to end on is that same general that fucked me up about the AI and the fucking blah, blah. He said, this is only the beginning. You guys will be shocked at what you find out soon. I was like, oh, fuck.
Let's go,
I'm gonna
baby.
go watch that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go watch that.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's been a beautiful fucking episode, guys.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed my cheeks.
Yes. Happy Sunday morning.
Happy Sunday. We love you. If you want to help this podcast, all you have to do is subscribe, like, review, comment, do the free things. I know it's fucking impossible. It's an impossible ask, but please go ahead and think about it. I love you. Bye.
Peace.